It is December 14, 2025. I'm here in the studio with Luther Jowers and Riley Morgan, and we are going to talk about, what are we going to talk about? The meaning of life or some shit?
That's what we said.
Definitely not too crazy a topic for us. And we're going to say some weird shit, so get ready for that. Let me make this more aggressive. Now it looks better. All right. Sorry for everyone on Twitch if you're trying to watch us and you're like, oh shit, like it's fucking mobile only. I'm sorry. But go to YouTube like everyone else with a goddamn job and instead you can watch it on YouTube. Just kidding. YouTube was the place for the broke people initially, right? When it first came out, it was like, we got all this shit and we're not going to charge anything, so come listen to it, And now they're like, Adwell, Premium, Family Plus Premium.
That's right. I know. That's what I'm watching somewhere else.
So.
That's right.
So anyway, I'm in good spirits today. I was excited to do the podcast. It's all I want to do now. Like, I either want to do the podcast or do research or set up distribution for the podcast or think about some marketing stuff for the podcast or and there's other aspects of the business I gotta work on too. But yeah, I've almost been obsessed. It's kind of been weird.
No, that's actually pretty good. But I ain't gonna lie. I'm really comfortable doing the podcast now. So it's like, what do you want to do in the morning? Podcast. What do you want to do that? Podcast. Let's go eat the podcast. So I'm telling you, man, I can do this for hours and just cut it up and then make more episodes.
Right. I even did, which will probably be released at the same time this episode is, but I did my own thing this morning on a short. It was just me, and the episode's called Brandon Talking to Himself. And that's all it was. We just sit here talking to a microphone.
Listen to it, though. I'm telling you, it's going to reach somebody. It's always going to help somebody somewhere. They're going to be like...
I haven't listened to it yet, but I'm pretty sure it was good. And I also noticed that, my voice has now, I think, permanently, it's telling me it's going to be a little more raspy because of what I went through with my throat. But also, what was I going to say? I'm still going to be able to sing and shit, you know what I mean? I'm just going to have to kind of do it differently now.
Okay.
I'm not going to be able to go upper register and get high notes, but, I can stay almost, mono whatever, and where I don't go up and down the scale, and it sounds like a Cash or, Tom Waits or who else? Those guys, whatever, the deep raspy voice. I don't know. Anyway, that's boring. We're supposed to be talking about the meaning of life. No, I want to, I think someone said to me today, and I can't remember who it was. I do now, and I don't even know if I really care what he has to say, but listen to this. He said the podcasts that are best, the ones that go the furthest, are with more structured and, buttoned up podcasts. So, I want there to be structure. I want to make sure if we say we're going to talk about something, we do kind of stay on topic. And we should do, fun things, right? I don't know, we'll announce, by this date, submit this to this email, and you tell us what you want to hear, and then we, the winner was this topic, and that's what we're talking about today, or something, something.
That'd be dope.
Yeah. Something that
I like that.
Yeah, you want to interact with your audience. Anyway.
We'll jump on here. We can do this. Tell you how I'll give it a while. Bring it in.
I mean, you do realize I've been working in marketing for 15 years, right? I've done shit like this.
Let's get it.
Yeah. Well, I know how to do it all. It's a job to me. So, that's the problem. What I'm trying to do is secure funds for this venture, for my business that also produces this podcast and Riley's as well. I'm trying to get it. So, there's so much I'm doing. But anyway.
It's that future Rick Rubin, right?
I don't know about that.
No, but think about it.
Seriously, here's how I envision it and what I want. I don't think it's unreasonable. I'm someone that can sustain myself off of this room and this technology and the software. That's it. I can do my thing. I make music. I can sing. I can do podcasts. Whatever the fuck I want to do, I can do it from here. I can make $200,000 a year, and I'm set. I'm tight. Good. So that's what I'm doing.
I mean, really, I'm sitting around.
You get famous. That's a bonus.
See, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm getting to do something I love to do. It's financially stable. Making me financially stable. I mean, what I got to complain about? You know what I'm saying? Little problems will come and go, but that's life right there. I don't want to be too big where, you know what I'm saying, I can't do nothing.
Right.
But I want to be big enough where
something to be said for that.
I can go to the bank and look at the zeros and like, yeah, I'm good. That's gonna be something.
Like, yeah, you go get something to eat and whatever that day, and then you come home and the zero didn't move, right? There's not a different number there.
I'm still
You
gonna
can
eat top
notice.
ramen. Okay, ramen noodles and wings.
There's gotta be something weird about the concept of not having to worry about money. When you get to a certain point
Right?
in
What's
life,
that like?
what is that like? To not like rent payment is not in your mind. Like, it's not part of your
You can
decision
just
making.
have shit on like auto pay and not
Yeah,
worry
yeah. Like,
about
money
it.
doesn't even like make sense. Like, I think rich people understand like the task of going to maybe pick up something they bought, like, you know, groceries maybe or something,
Yeah.
or like a car, but like they don't have any concept of like, I don't know, some sort of scarcity of resource.
If I buy
thing,
this
you know?
thing, I can't buy that. thing,
Yeah,
you know?
nothing like that. Nothing like that.
I mean, I don't know. I still, I missed yesterday too. I was like, I don't know if I got all the money to get half of it away anyway.
Well, I do too, but it's not a big deal.
You know,
That's not the problem. I'm just saying, like, even if you didn't know, it would still be a question to, like, you know,
Well, there's the
I've
old,
never been on the streets, right? Never. But I have been in places where I could have gotten myself there real close, or, you know, like one wrong move and I would have been there. But, like, I'm afraid of it.
I've been on the
I'm afraid to go into the streets. So, like, it's the one thing that motivates me to work.
Is
Yeah,
it?
it's terrifying. It sucks.
But you know, it's crazy when I meet people that's like, nah, I just don't want to do it. What? You don't want to work?
Well, I don't want to work either, but that's a whole different philosophy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like if even like I said, I love what I do, even though it doesn't pay. But like going out there and when I worked at the co-op, like just cutting trees. I don't know. I feel like I got paid for what I did, and that was like that was like satisfying. You know. I mean, I guess if you even turned it where they're primitive wise, I would like to go out and hunt instead because then, you know, everybody gets to eat what I did. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, I mean, if I had my way about it, I'd just walk into the woods and build a cabin and never talk to anybody again. But
Sounds good, Jesus Christ.
I
Yeah.
understand.
Fucking Unabomber over
get
here.
a little Ted Kaczynski.
No, man.
Harvard
that's-
graduated psychopath.
If I don't have to, I'm telling you, I'm smart as hell. But if I don't have to, I would.
I think high IQ and is a mental illness. I mean, if the way they define illness in terms of like mental problems, I mean, being extremely smart is a mental illness as well.
I'll say the same thing about that as I say about neurodivergence. Back when we were tribal, that shit was, you would have had a role. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, yeah, but here's the thing: is like resources were so scarce. There were so few people. People had to do so much stuff that, like, yeah, you were assigned a role, but you had to be because they had to be tightened up. They didn't run those
no,
people's shit.
the average work week for hunter-gatherers is like 2 to 3 days, and then you're set for a week. Like,
You promised me no anthropology today, and my head's already hurting from anthropology.
Sorry.
Anyway, let's do this. Let's do this. No, you don't. You can do
I mean, you guys were talking about
Yeah,
like,
you can talk about whatever the
financial
fuck you
planning
want.
and shit.
Yeah,
like that.
you can talk about whatever you want. I'm just fucking around. But I do want to say this. We're going to talk about the meaning of life, and I'm going to start that off. I'm sad that we didn't do this like 10 minutes ago because everything we've been talking about is probably going to fit into this topic, I think, because it's life, which encompasses everything that we experience. So, the meaning of life. I guess for me, at 42, revolutions around the sun, I just think it's like to maximize your own happiness or whatever, and just to minimize the suffering you go through. That's it. It's just a value proposition where you're trying to maximize the good things, whatever that means, and minimize suffering. It's utilitarianism. It's a philosophy of ethics, and I like to my whole worldview on that. So, except it's changed a lot. I think recently. And I'm giving you guys the real philosophical meaning of life, but if you guys just have any old notion of what that means and you want to talk about it in that term, that's fine, but this is the way I do it. So it's just for me, everything I do, I try to make sure that like everyone's happy, and like I'm not hurting anybody, and that means that for myself as well. I gotta be happy too. If I'm not happy, I do something else. And
There's a really delicate balance between not hurting other people and sacrificing yourself to not hurt other people.
Right.
I think that's really important.
That's why it's a function, right? It's not like a pure addition, subtraction thing. It's like just the amount of overall happiness, overall goodness should be exploited rather than whatever, and minimize suffering.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I've been through enough bullshit that I'm just like, I don't even care necessarily about being happy. I just kind of care about like being kind of content, being all right. You know what I mean? Like
That's
enough
what I
for
mean
me.
by happy. It's just a definition thing. Like
Yeah.
that's what I mean by happy. I don't mean like walk around every day with a smile and a high five the mailman every time he comes by.
Yeah.
Actually, we do that. Like, we love our mailman. But, in that kind of thing. That's not
cool
good.
as hell. He from Dallas.
Yeah, he's another Texas guy.
Yeah, we get along good. That's fine.
But anyway, maybe you guys don't even need an answer, but I always needed an answer to this question, like the meaning of life. What, why, what are we doing? And if you don't know why, at least like figure out what you should be doing, or whatever. Just figure something out. Do something. I guess is the point. Do something.
I mean, kind of. I feel like you put here for a reason, and some point in your life you figure that out. Sometimes it might be too late, but you do figure it out. I don't know. It's one of those people. It's like, because some people like pretty much just want to be here. They don't.
They do want to be.
No, they just want to just be here. They don't care to matter. They don't care to be great. They don't care to fail. They just, I'm good if I'm just here. I'm like, I don't know. I think that's where I'm at right now. And it could be because of, like, I feel like this year has been, like, the worst year of my life. My outlook on everything is different.
Yeah.
So if you would have asked me this maybe a year ago, it probably would have been just positive.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it's all negative, but it's almost like limbo. Like if you ask me, like, what do you want to see yourself in life? I was like, I don't know. Like right now, it's just not I don't know. Like, I felt like everything I did it for a reason, and now the reason is gone.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel.
Yeah.
Same feeling, different circumstances.
Yeah, those rug pulls are a hell of a thing, aren't they?
Yeah.
As well.
Life pulls the rug out from under you, and you just kind of gotta go like, oh, now I'm on my back. What am I? This is all
What's his
different.
face?
Yeah, exactly.
I came around that, and then I pulled the rug. I was getting kind of used to being someone you love. Yeah, what's his name? I can't remember.
I'm telling you, man, it's crazy how you connect your being or your life with someone or something, and then it's just like, boom, it's gone. Then it's like, what do you do? I have like children, I have a wife, but it's nothing like that anchor. That's something that anchors you, and that was my life. What do you do for like make my mama proud? What is that? Whatever it may be, and it's just gone.
I haven't lost a parent yet. I know Riley, I think, is orphaned at your age. So,
yep, adult orphan over here.
I haven't lost one yet. I've lost a lot of people, but not a parent. So I don't know what that's like. It's going to be devastating. Sure.
There's something really surreal about seeing your parent, even if it was a bad parent.
The guarantee one?
In the hospital, like in that weakened state, because they're such a pillar of strength for you for your whole life. Like, this is the person that takes care of you. And then, seeing them in that weakened state in that hospital bed, it's mind blowing. You know what I mean? And it's really hard to describe.
Deep.
Well, we didn't come here to talk about the meaning of death, so let's stop it. No, I'm just kidding. I think it's interesting just to break it down, kind of what we've been talking about. Like, my meaning of life, what this meant to me, this podcast or this subject was, I'm going to tell you like how I make decisions about what to do every day. And Luther was like, what was it? I can't remember. Something about like you tie the meaning to your mother, and like and then some of the meaning in your life goes away, right? Like, so it's just weird how I was thinking. I was like, well, I'm gonna tell him how I make decisions every day and do my life, and he's like, no, I'm gonna talk about the more important. So,
but that is how I make my decisions.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying it was just a different kind of thing.
Yeah, but that's kind of like what you said is the description, how you see. That's it, like how you see happiness, and how, you know, you work, like how you see, like I get up, how I'm going to be a good person. And I'm just, like, I guess you could say that it all ties to the same thing, because my mom, you know, I get up, I have a bad day. What would my mama do? Okay, all right, I'm going to try this. Sometimes it didn't work. Sometimes that just don't work because my mama was one of the holy brother things. So, I mean, sometimes just getting up being a good person is not what's going to happen. You know, sometimes I'm going to get up and I'm being big. You know, now, the next day I might apologize, but that's what I see. You know, how I see it.
I've noticed, like, and this is not a put down or anything, like, you make your life through, like, I don't know, incorporate through your mother's lens or something like that. Mm-hmm. Like, through, like, you're always trying to see, like, what would she have done or said or whatever.
My grandfather as well. You see, yeah. I just, those people were important to me. And you know how you have some people who, you know, how they look up to celebrities and look up to, you know, drug dealers, stupid kids. But like, those are the most important people to me. Like, if my grandfather would see me in a different lens, if I did it, I'm not doing it. You know, my mom would be like, baby, I'm not doing it. And so far, I've not made that mistake of me putting myself in a bad predicament and meeting the wrong people and standing around them because of that. You know, I mean, yes, I have failed because that's perfect, but for the most part, I've kept myself pretty straight because of, you know, that part of my life.
I have kind of a similar philosophy. Like, I know I've said this before to you. Like, I don't have a whole lot of regrets as far as, like, decisions that I've made in life. Like, for the most part, I try to go through everything, like, you know, treating people how I want to be treated. Mm-hmm. And I've spent a lot of time kind of learning what not to do and how not to treat people because of the way I've been treated. So yeah, I kind of feel you on that.
I love the golden rule. It's always a good one, right? Like, treat others the way you want to be treated. Yeah. But it's fundamentally flawed. There's a problem with it. And that is, I like fellatio, right? But I shouldn't treat other people like they want the same thing that I do, because that would get weird. And there's some public nudity or something. I don't know. Anyway, the point, it's silly, but it's a philosophical point that the argument is flawed, but it sounds real pretty. In general, it's a good idea, though, right? If you want kindness, then you should treat people with kindness. It makes sense. It's just logically there's an issue with it. So, it's a good philosophy to keep.
Punch you in the face.
Punch you in the face.
I've been nice to you, and you treat me like, you know what, I'm slap shit out of you.
If you're a masochist and you like pain, you might say that you shouldn't treat other people like you because they're not masochists, right? So if you hurt yourself to feel good, don't treat other people like that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that only goes so far, but...
Put yourself involved. I don't know, that might be kind of cool, though.
What?
Like punishing you.
It would be some fucked up superhero power.
Yeah, like choke with it.
But, yeah.
What did you see life in the butt?
Oh, you have to listen to my short, because there's some point where something came up in my mind about the butt or something, and I was like, wait a second, if Luther was here, he would be trying to put his finger in it or something. He was trying to put his finger in it. Exactly what I said.
I don't know. Maybe that's just my way of, like, I can't say breaking ice, but it's just like making myself comfortable. But that's weird as shit. Wait, what did you say about your finger? I don't know. Okay, we're good. All right, let's roll.
I like what Brian Cox says about meetings. So he's a physicist, right? And I think quantum particle physicist, which is a little bit different than quantum mechanics, because they just do stuff with the collider and try to do all this test and shit. But anyway, he talks about meaning in a way that I heard people talk about it in graduate school, and that is that, like, meaning can only arise necessarily from humans or from a thinking thing, right? But that also is necessary that it happens or something. But the important part of it is, what is it? Because of the nature of the universe, it could be that we are the only island of meaning because we are the only things that do have this cognition. And if that's the case, then we destroy ourselves. Like, we're really fucking up, So meaning might only exist here on Earth. in the entire cosmos. It's possible.
Because we're the only conscious beings
Correct, yeah.
in the universe.
Because it took humanity to come to this point, to this understanding. It took 4.8 billion years. The cosmos, or whatever, is supposed to be 13.8. So you're talking about a third of the time. Our galaxy formed about 33% of the time into the universe's expansion. So it's just weird that there's been time for other people to have done it, but we would have seen them. The Fermi paradox. We would have seen the evidence, and not like them coming down here on the spaceship, but we would have seen their light signatures.
Or something.
Yeah. Anytime they did anything, if they tried to capture the energy of their own star.
That's honestly kind of why it makes sense.
That's the gravity. We would have found it.
Any other planet that has consciousness would have destroyed itself. That's why that makes sense.
That's one of those arguments that, every time this happens, they just end up blowing themselves up before they can
because that's the curse of consciousness.
Yeah. It's one of the things that's one of the responses to the Fermi paradox. But the Fermi paradox is it's called the Great Silence, right? So if there's an infinite universe out there with all these random possibilities, where's everybody at? There should be other people.
Yeah, why haven't we seen any evidence of life out there?
Right. They've seen
they've seen evidence of life, but consciousness.
That's a whole different story. And we got a little popping I'm trying to fix.
Yeah, I heard that.
There it is. Anyway, it's not just that, right? It's there could be microbes, there could be squirrels everywhere. We wouldn't know. So the best we can do is we can look at the atmospheres of our little planets that go around the stars, and we can do that by looking at the light signature and the pulsing, and when it goes in front of the star, it does certain things to the star's orbit. So anyway, they're smarter than me, and they figured all that out. But point is, we have no evidence, despite all the UFO videos on fucking YouTube, despite all the crazy reaction videos on YouTube and the channels that Casper Side. I love that guy. He's hilarious. But it's sometimes you just watch these videos, you're like, bro, you really think that's a UFO? Come on. Doesn't make sense. Look at the lights.
I don't think that one dude is an alien.
Which one?
The one who knows everybody's business. The one who wears a little funny hat, and he what is he? But he'd go to these famous people the artists, and he'll tell them stuff that nobody should know about them. It's my dude, curly hair.
White dude?
Yeah.
Sounds like a little white dude.
And he does that. Oh my God, I don't think it was damn name. He has his own channel and everything. He did that Lil Wayne or Uzi Bird. He tell them stuff about them that he was hold on, you the police? Because it's stuff that he know. One dude walked out.
Maybe he worked for the FBI for a while. He just didn't say.
I don't know. I'll get Cameron to send me that.
You should. That'd be
read it.
Actually, I don't want to read it. You got an audio version?
Yeah, he's I think it could be an alien.
Well, probably not. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you what he could be, and that he might be either a time traveler or a what would the other option be? Extra dimensional creature of some sort. Here's the thing. People don't really get it, and I don't get it, and because I'm a human too, you can't understand the expanse, the vastness of space. It takes the fastest thing in the universe, hands down, is light.
Yep.
Travels at 187,000 miles a second.
Yeah, and it
That's
takes
8
minutes for it to get to the sun.
Yeah, from the sun. Yeah. But that's slow, bro. That's slow. That's 93 million miles to the sun. 93 million. It gets in 8 minutes.
The nearest star system is
4 years.
4 light years away.
The nearest star to our star, it would take 4 years at the speed of light to get there. 10,000 years for us to get there with our current mode of
13.8 billion years to get to the farthest point in the universe that we can see.
Basically, if you can imagine how boring it would be to just travel in the expanse of space by yourself, you can't even, because you could barely do it at 300,000 miles an hour. Basically, that's it. Light.
That's why every sci-fi show has to
2,000 times faster than that.
Because it would be boring as fuck otherwise.
But we're not going to get into this today. This is part of general relativity. But if you are going that fast with light, your time slows down, so you can actually live for almost ever. So that's always an interesting result. But anyway, I didn't really want to go on a physics tangent, but it's just.
Yeah, you're always gonna go into physics. I'm always gonna go into anthropology.
I know. It's just here's the thing is here's the ways of looking at it. Right? You can take the lifespan of every human on Earth, so say like 72 years on average, right? And then multiply that by the number of people on Earth, which is like 8.5 billion or something right now. And then you do like, what's the other thing? Whatever. But the point is, like, you wouldn't even get halfway to the edge of the universe with all those years. So we all stacked up, billions of us that have been on Earth, and we lived one life, and the other person came up and lived and then died. And the other person, we couldn't get halfway to the edge of the universe. So like, and that would be something like trillions of years too.
Oh, well, see,
You couldn't get to the edge of the universe.
like that's a lot of numbers, and that make my little brain.
Space is big.
Space is big. It's so big that the point of all that was that it's so big you can't travel across it. Not with any idea. It's not
You
that we don't have the
can't even really
technology. It's that
conceptualize how
conceptually
big it
it
is.
doesn't make sense to be able to do it. It doesn't.
That's why Douglas Adams wrote about that perspective box where you get in there and it shows you the size of the universe compared to you, and it
Yeah.
makes you feel like, oh fuck.
That's kind of what ketamine does too sometimes if you do it right. Well, hey, I did it legally in a clinical thing, so yeah. In high doses, it's weird how like they, in society, like don't do drugs, don't trip, don't do blah 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 blah.
Oh,
It's
but
bad.
if you have a mental illness and you need to fix your brain, here's a bunch of hallucinations.
Exactly. But Clarisana, come on down.
Yeah.
We're doing K-holes today.
I know a couple of people who've done that, and it's been
No, it was great for me.
Yeah.
It definitely killed the ego, and also, I don't know, I just felt like we're limber mentally afterwards or something.
Yeah.
Less depressed.
Bro, leave my house so I can get my girl.
What?
Cause man, I was like, the girl just came to the door, so I had to look and see. And I was like, man, he need to leave, so that's why you sitting in my house. And I said, 'Cause everybody coming outside till you move. That's why I like doing this. Like right at the house, like just see somebody come, I will shoot you in the tail from across the street.
Now I understand like what producers are doing when they're like fucking with this shit. Like we got a little draw out of one of the microphones, so I had to pull back on it. And I had to push up the main and take back 6 and 7 where the USBs going into the computer. Try to get that popping out.
And he said I had to pull it back, pull it back.
He's spitting the microphone.
What are you doing? Pulling it back.
Actually, there we go.
Speaking of pulling it back, to the meaning of life.
I pulled too far back is what I did. It was hard to go up.
That's the meaning of life. How to pull it back.
I kind of think it's all like relative, which I know isn't really an answer, but like I mean, it's honestly about whatever you find meaning in, whatever, whether that's making music or making podcasts and sharing your thoughts. Just like at least find one thing that you love to do that you don't monetize.
I mean, I don't know if I agree with that.
I mean,
If it turns out that you can
one
monetize
thing-
everything that you like, or that you
one
do,
thing that's just for you, though. You know what I mean? Like,
well, that's making money's for me. You know what I mean? Am I wrong?
I don't know. I just get so tired of hustle culture and how like, oh, you got to make money on everything you do. It's like sometimes things can just be for you.
No, totally. I mean, no, totally. Obviously, I agree with all that. I just like to point out like the one case where it doesn't work, and it makes you so mad. You're like, but my theory's good. And I'm like, yeah, but one thing. Anyway, what was I say? Oh, so meaning in general, right? What does meaning mean? What does that fucking mean? Like for something to mean something, right? Like think about it philosophically. What does that mean for something to mean something? And I'll tell you that like we in everyday speech, no matter the language, right? You say, oh, I mean this, and you actually say that sentence. I mean this. What does it mean to mean something? What does that mean? And it has something, I think, at least my view is it has something to do with internalized states, right? Like, so if I meant a rabbit, it's because I was thinking about a rabbit, and so I meant the rabbit, right? Like, I had the picture in my head, formed the English word rabbit, sent it to you vocally, so there's noise in the air. Like, it means something to, like, take something from inside and put it out, in my opinion. To mean something.
Are you familiar with the concept of linguistic relativity?
Oh,
Yeah,
that was a philosopher, actually.
the superior hypothesis. Okay. Because I mean, meaning has to be shared in order for communication to happen, right? Like, there's got to be at least some kind of commonality at the base.
Is that true? Because then the question is like, if a tree falls in the woods and no one's there to hear it.
Well, I mean, otherwise you're speaking two different languages. Like, if I say a word and it has a completely different meaning, then
Well, I thought you said the case was that you're the only thing in the universe.
No, I'm saying that meaning has to be shared, or you can't have communication.
Right. So the thing is that if you were the only thing in the universe, there could be no meaning.
Maybe, I don't know.
I don't think the people like the physicists they would agree with you. I don't think that's what they're talking about. Like some sort of I don't know, thing that arises from two different cognitions or something like that, right?
The only reason I was saying that is because like humans are social creatures and we thrive.
So you're right. I wasn't thinking anthropology. I should have been. My bad.
Well, yeah, that's why I brought up
I know.
language. Like,
I just love you shit, and you like. I can see your face get red.
what?
Sometimes I can see your face get red when I poke at you about the anthropology stuff.
I mean,
Trying to be poke at you people.
it's just what I know. So you know.
You know a lot. You do. More than I do, especially about fucking that shit. I thought it was real cool when I learned about it, because I didn't learn about anthropology until college. Obviously, I took like Anthro 101 or something. And they talked a lot about like what practicing anthropologists actually do, right? Not just the researchers, but like they go out in the field and they go to sites and digs.
Yeah,
and,
participant observation.
yeah,
like,
all that shit. It's really cool. And they see cool shit that no one ever talks about too, like you uncover houses with people like dead in there, you know, from thousands of years ago, and see how they lived, the furniture they had, the this, the that, you know, like it's cool.
I like saying that, like,
That's where my search for meaning led me. Actually, was into anthropology, figuring out. You know.
So you like had already assumed it was a human-centered concept, right?
Well, just
You go to
because
humans
that's
if
the
you want
perspective we're coming from. We are humans, so like, and it's not the easiest thing ever to study yourselves.
So there's like, I don't think everyone always goes to the human thing, because there are, for example, some people say that honeybees, when they dance, they mean something. They don't have an intellect, so meaning might not be tied to an intellect like ours.
Yeah, they've studied that and found that they like can give directions to like other.
It's crazy. They mean something, right? There's information,
Absolutely,
but there's no
yeah.
like conscious mind like ours making a decision.
Right, but the other bees understand it. The other bees.
Well, I mean, to what extent, though? Yeah, exactly.
Enough of an extent that they can follow those directions.
Exactly. Yeah, but I think the question is like, to what more extent or to less, or you know what I mean? Like, I think everyone agrees with that, but then like it's like, is it more than that, right? Some people, I don't think it's more than that. I don't think the bees have a cognition like ours, where they're aware of what's going on. You know, like have a Jesus and a devil.
A consciousness.
They definitely have a queen. Feudalistic bastards.
yeah, that's like what she says, that's baby.
Yeah. Well, no, she just like gives babies all day long. She just sits on the thing and gets pumped.
If she's gone, they gonna find her.
No, they don't. There's always queen babies that are the next queen, ready.
So like when she's gone, I'm like,
I mean, they try to protect her for sure because she's a valuable commodity, but like they have them ready to go. If they get like that doesn't kill a hive or a hive hill or whatever the fuck it's and all they live in. I don't know. Anyway,
I'm not an entomologist, so I don't know.
I like that.
But it's weird though. I've accumulated a certain level of knowledge about almost anything in the world, like somehow my like studies. I don't know.
I have as well. I really attribute that to anthropology because it basically is the study of how humans, you know, adapt and live in pretty much every environment.
Yeah, what is the? Give me a stronger definition. What is anthropology?
It's the study of humans and how they adapt to and live in their environments across the planet.
Nice. Cool.
I do want to emphasize adaptation because that's actually one of the things that I love about humans. One of the things that I've discovered about myself is the ability to adapt to almost any situation. Like, yeah, it might suck for a while, but like I will eventually adapt to it and figure out how to do it.
I'm one of those people that like deal with it for a long time before they adapt.
Yeah.
Just like Luther's foot. Like, oh, it's fine. I'm not, and then finally it's not fine. You
Yeah,
gotta go to the doctor.
but I had to, and then you see what happened.
Yeah.
I knew already what they're gonna say something bad. I'm like, I know, man. So I didn't. I knew I was gonna have to adapt to walking on this. So I just started walking on this hip. Now I got that limp and it hurts so bad. Yeah, if you was up yesterday, oh my god, bro, I'm telling you, I got home and it looked like Quasimodo's.
Jesus Christ. It blew up on you?
Yeah, I was like, yesterday the meaning of life was Holy shit.
My foot hurts. That's what the meaning of life is.
Feel me now.
I can't even hear what you're saying, dude. You sound like colors go away.
That's the time you can ask me at a certain time in my life, and I'll tell you. The meaning of life is shit.
Yeah.
Right now, it ain't shit. Next year, yeah, walk around with hearts, taters.
I want to do it again. I want to start again and do it one more time. And that is, so I think I like sort of led the conversation. I did lead the conversation. I think I've shaped it in a way I didn't want to. When I first started talking about philosophy, I was like, oh, this is how I lead my life. I was talking about behavior, I was talking about actions and why and what's justified, all that shit. And you kind of, so you do the same thing. You're talking about, like, you do that through mom, right? That's how you make your decisions. Mm-hmm. But we don't talk about decisions. What is the meaning of life? And I'm going to say, I'm not going to go first. So let's do it again. Let's start from the beginning and see where we go this time. Okay. So Luther, what is the meaning of life to you? Like, what is it all about? What should you be doing? What's good? What's wrong? Whatever.
The meaning of life.
The meaning of life.
For me, I think it's got to be like learning and evolving and adapting.
Well,
I put a lot of value on learning generally. Like, I think the more you learn.
Why is learning objectively good? I mean, not objectively good, like intrinsically good. Why is learning? I mean, isn't it just good because if you learn, you can make more money? That kind of shit. If you learn, you live longer. You don't fuck around, you don't find out.
It's not just money, it's everything. It's, how you interact with people, how your relationships go, how you interact with your environment. Like, the more you learn, the better off you are.
Right.
And I say learning specifically rather than knowing, because learning is something that just doesn't ever stop. You know what I mean? Like we were talking about science the other day and how science will prove itself wrong in the long run. I think that's important for individuals to remember as well, that it's okay to change your mind when you learn new information.
That's it. That is the right thing to me. A life, just never stop learning. Because you're gonna come across days when you're mad, you cross days when you're sad, but just never stop learning. Because in life, once you stop learning, stop caring. Once you stop caring, you're dead.
So, I don't think that learning has any intrinsic value whatsoever. So, I think that learning is only as good as it is as long as it brings you to it. And the reason why I think that is because I think the end goal of my life, where I'd like to be now at 42, where I'd like to be for the rest of my life, is just in a place where I'm physically comfortable. I don't have a lot of unhappiness or things that are stressing me, and I can for example, I can express myself through something, music, whatever it is. If I had all those things, I'd be fine. The only good that knowledge is, learning about people 10,000 years ago, is if that leads me to that place where I can just chill, do the fuck I want, and be left alone.
I want to stay with dinosaurs.
Well, I mean, it's not just learning about 10,000 years ago. It's learning how to do this shit, learning how to make a podcast.
I wouldn't do any of this either. That's what I'm trying to say. I wouldn't do any of it. Well, that's exactly, you're right. That's exactly what I'm saying. No, I think that I used to listen. I was going to be a professor. I was going to be a teacher. I was going to be, an educator. And I didn't do that, but I used to think that learning, that knowledge, that it was power, and it had this intrinsic value that regardless of whether or not you got anything from it, just having knowledge was better than not having knowledge, right? Yeah. But I don't think that's true anymore.
Well, I disagree.
That's fine, but I told you the basis for which I do, and that is because I can imagine a world, I can imagine a place where I have all my needs met, and I don't need to be knowledgeable of the past, history. It's not just anthropology. I mean, I don't need physics. I don't need, whatever. Because ultimately what I want to do is I just want to be emotively, meaning emotions, emotively expressive. And, that makes me feel good. And as long as I have, a mimosa on the beach at the same time, and I can watch a little bit of, Sassy and everyone on, The Big Les Show, and smoke some weed, I'm good. How is adding more knowledge gonna better that?
And that's I mean, maybe it's not for you. That's why I say the meaning that you find is relative, If your meaning is being relaxed on a beach somewhere, smoking weed, drinking mimosas, and watching,
I don't even drink. This is getting fine. Yeah.
Whatever, that's good for you. I mean, I enjoy learning. I love it. It's my favorite thing to do, so,
You know I'm playing devil's advocate, right?
What?
You know I'm playing devil's advocate, right? Like, obviously, I think knowledge is important.
I don't care.
I don't think it needs any more advocates, but
Like me, learning. If I'm learning, I don't know. I guess it would be different learning because even again, I'm not picking up a book.
Yeah.
You know, but like
Well,
physically learning,
You mean like,
or visually learning,
Yeah.
like seeing something different. Like I know, and the job I do, I have a bunch of different kids. So to me, when I say learning, like being able to learn different, I don't know, like people like learn each kid's flaws, learn their life, you know, and now I know how to deal with separate people, separate ways, or situations. Almost like she said, like you said, adapting. I don't know if everybody's. What you see yourself being comfortable doing, what he sees himself comfortable being doing, what I see myself comfortable doing, it's almost like a roller coaster. You know, like you are like just chill, floating. Like me, I steady have to climb. You know what I'm saying? To see, you know, I gotta know. And then he's like, I love information. Like,
right.
The more you can put in, like listening to you two talk is like going to a college class and sitting there and being like, oh shit,
I gotta drop this one. Then we gotta get. Let's go see what Math 10's doing.
I was like, man, it's just crazy. But I like
Shout out to the 2006 Missouri Tigers. Like if you were there, then you knew you knew what I meant by Math 10. They had this class where it was like somehow someone real smart made this class, and the exams, and they were like, okay, listen, if you can pass this class, you're going to be able to graduate college. And if you can't pass this class, you better get the fuck out of here, right? So people would take this class and flunk the fuck out, and they would just disappear. If you can't make this class, you can't make it to college. But I got an A. I got drunk every night, went to it. It was a 5-day-a-week class. Like, it was hard.
smart.
I was so drunk. And there was this beautiful, beautiful Brazilian woman that was teaching the class, dude, the TA. She was like 26. I was like, 18? So I was spinning. But I was always drunk, so like she's not going to pay attention to some drunk undergrad, like just being a dumbass, and that's what I was doing. So,
you don't know, man. You never know.
You do, actually, you never know, because I do remember a couple years after we graduated, someone was like, did you know somebody like you was hard, like was hot on me? I was like, what are you talking about? The TA? I may have a chance. I don't know.
I'm telling you,
I was too drunk to care.
see, I didn't go to college until I was like 23, 24. So like I was actually like serious about it by the time I got there.
Well, here's the thing: is I told myself, well, first of all, I remember sitting in the vice principal's office, and I'm not gonna say that man's name. He was kind of a jackass. He was a football coach too, but he told me and my buddy Michael, we were gonna go room together in Missouri for our first semester. He's like, y'all need to look into those junior colleges because you're gonna be back here in Moberly like next year. Basically saying we were gonna hack it, right? So I told myself when I got there, I was gonna show that guy wrong, prove him wrong because he was a dick. And I said, how do I get through college? Well, just go to every class. I don't care how fucked up you are. I don't care how many joints you smoked that afternoon. Go to class.
Yep.
You'll always know when the tests are, when the assignments are due. You know, you may not got anything on that day, but like take the paperwork home and figure it out. You know, so, and that's what I did. So I showed up drunk 5 days a week to this class, and I got an A. I showed up drunk to other classes. I didn't get A's on, but that was an easy class for me.
That's honestly showing up is like half of it.
It's 9. In my opinion, it's like 90% of it.
It's a lot.
If you show up every day, you ain't gonna fail that test. If you're there every fucking class, you ain't gonna fail that test.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
You're gonna absorb something having that teacher talk at you.
That and the professor and or TAs are gonna be very kind to you and give you the benefit of the doubt on a lot of things. I didn't teach. I had to grade homework. I know how it goes. It's like,
bro, I didn't go back to school too.
Honestly,
28, 29.
oh shit.
I was old when I went back to school.
Yeah.
And
I did the traditional thing, just high school, college, right?
so that's like this that ain't like 10 years in school.
It sucked though.
I mean, I don't know. I went back to prove, just to prove it to my son. It was more about kids, and because I quit high school, so I was like.
yeah, I dropped out of high school when I was like 16 and didn't actually get a GED until I was like in my early 20s.
Yeah.
So that's why I didn't go until like 23.
And that's how I did. I was like, my son gonna be proud of me one way or the other. I went in for valedictorian in a little class, had to speak and everything for him, which I loved that.
Lonnie was valedictorian?
Mm-hmm.
Dude. You raised the valedictorian.
I'm like, man, it was crazy.
I wasn't even valedictorian. I had some somewhere.
I was on the T's list my last 2 semesters, which I think is a 4.0.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I had really good grades.
I graduated with like a 3.8 or something like that.
Yeah.
So pretty decent. What was I gonna say? Shit. Oh, there's something crazy about my hometown though. Like it's a backwards ass little red piece of shit spear in the middle of this great nation. But at the same time, when I was a kid, they opened up this class in the middle of a public school for talented or extremely gifted kids. And you had to take IQ tests to get in there. And it was fucked up how many of us are in there. Like, for a small town like us, we probably should have had like 6 kids. There were 24 of us that met or achieved above those scores to get into this class. Yeah. So for some, and there's been 2 philosophers, 2 guys from my hometown that have PhDs in philosophy. So there's many more with other PhDs. Like, it's really weird. There's like this weird vortex of like intelligence in my hometown, but it is a cesspool. It's in the middle of a red state where people think fucked up things and treat people in fucked up ways. And it's weird because those people leave though. I mean, they don't live there, but they all leave. One of them lives in Edinburgh, Scotland right now. Oh, okay. He was teaching there. And there were many more that were in PhD programs in philosophy, like me and Brian. What's up, Stick? Or no, Stick is your brother. Sorry, what's up, Brian? But he was a guitar guy that also studied philosophy in Missouri. And he's from my hometown. So anyway, I just want to bring that up because it's a weird fact about my town.
There's an interesting quote that's something along the lines of like, I'm less interested in like the physical characteristics of Einstein's brain than I am interested in how many Einsteins have been lost to like poverty and hunger and just being born in the wrong place where they didn't have the opportunity to reach their potential.
Well, I don't know. I guess what I think about that is because statistically, an Einstein brain comes around so rarely, there haven't been too many opportunities for us to even have a unsatisfactory loss of that thing, right? That's all I'm thinking. Like, and then if it comes around, it usually is rewarded. That's how evolution works. So
yeah, but I mean, not if you grow up in extreme poverty. Like, there's a direct correlation between.
Yeah, I get it.
There's a direct correlation between poverty and like actual brain damage too.
You just brought up like the most famous smart person of all time. No, if you mean how many truly brilliant people have we lost in unfortunate shit like famine or genocide? I mean, it's been. Look at this thing.
What the hell? Where does it go?
I caught it though. But yeah, no, I mean that's tragic. That's tragic for sure. Einstein's just a weird case. I mean, maybe we have lost an Einstein. It would make sense if we'd be further along if we hadn't, we had an extra one in there. Yeah. But, there's so many people just as smart as Einstein. The reason why people, Einstein is Einstein is because he, his intuition. Okay, so physicists all the time, they want to talk about how, philosophy doesn't apply because it's not about your intuition anymore. It's not about what you think about. It's just all observable data, right? These data points. But it's the interpretation is what they're missing. You still have to, as a human, interpret that data. And that's a philosophy. That's just philosophical. So Einstein was the first person to, sit in an armchair and think about the way these celestial bodies moved. And he imagined it as if there was a field or they were in a tub of water together. And so the size and mass and motion of something would affect the other by pushing this field or this water towards the other. That's what he thought it was, basically. And then the formulation of the equations that came out of that just weren't always right when they tested it. So, that's crazy because what was before that was Newtonian physics, and Newton just thought, space was empty, right? There was just, there's not a thing called space. That's just the relationship between the distance between 2 objects or something, right? So there's space is empty. It's not eternal, whatever. So it was Einstein that was just thought about something differently, He got lucky, basically. Someone was probably going to come around and solve Einstein if he did. You had to have that. Newtonian physics didn't work. They couldn't explain retrograde stuff with Mercury or Venus between us and the sun. it didn't have the expected, like, orbit or something. So it didn't work at fast, or with big objects and like high speeds, it doesn't.
Okay.
So, anyway.
This is like a college class.
Sorry.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Should I be taking notes?
Well,
I know. I was like,
I mean, do you want to understand the pop culture irrelevance of Einstein? Tell you that. I'll stop. But I will say the thing with Einstein is like, he got lucky. He focused on something that changed everything. There's actually, like, in special relativity and general relativity, there it goes again, he made several mistakes. He tried to add in things into his equations because he had certain philosophies about what he thought happened in the early universe. And when people took those out and then they did the thing, he was right. So, and then one time, actually, he said, I should have added a constant and this, that, and the other. It was my greatest blunder. It turned out, like, no, your greatest blunder was definitely not that, because if you would have done that, your shit would have been wrong. They found that later. Yeah. But he just got famous. Like, he's like a rock star of science. I don't know. The way that, let me think. I was trying to think of a good analogy. I don't know, but
like a one-hit wonder.
Well, no, he wasn't a one-hit wonder. He was a three-hit wonder. He got a Nobel Prize for the photoelectric effect. So he was actually the founder of quantum mechanics, even though he fucking hated quantum mechanics. That was all bullshit. But he wrote a paper in 1905. He won the Nobel Prize for the photoelectric effect. And then in 1915, he published The Special Relativity, which is how he explained time dilation. And I think, I can't remember the two. The general relativity, no, that's time dilation. General relativity, which showed how space-time can affect how fast your time moves relative to other people, So, and then the other was general relativity, but he's just a rock star. It's like, he had a good song, everyone fucking like, let's bring back the hits, or whatever kind of shit, like, I don't know.
Over my head.
Oh, and he never won a Nobel Peace Prize for the general relativity or special relativity, but there have been like 37 Nobel Peace Prize winners that just won a Nobel Peace Prize for proving that Einstein was right. 37 people have won Nobel Prizes just proving he was right. That's how famous he is. That's how important it was. Yeah. But he never won a Nobel Prize for it. He's like,
Fuck y'all.
Anyway, I want to stop with Einstein. I'm so in love with Einstein, except for the, marrying his niece or whatever. That was weird, right? But I love Einstein. He's great. And he wasn't a Nazi. He did come over from Nazi Germany, but he's Jewish, and he was a detractor anyway, whatever, and in trouble with them.
I would definitely run too. I was Jewish in Germany, yeah. Now, you know what? I'm going over here and chill. Yeah, y'all can't kill me.
We've been talking a lot today, Luther. This is not a normal day. Usually Luther's got his sermon voice on and preaching. You've kind of been quiet a little bit.
No. Look, y'all talking over my head. I learned a lesson. I'm not going to sit up there and talk. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And what the hell are you talking about? I said, I like it, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't understand. The more you know.
The more you know. Oh, I wish I had that. No, it's probably copyright. I can't do it. Yeah. I want to play the ding, ding, ding. See, if you have, like, a Twitch stream, you can get away with that sometimes, like, because it's like a soundboard that you can do that on, but, like, we get in trouble. Yeah.
That's it. I'm like, no, man.
I still think it's learning.
Let's just.
Yeah. I mean, because that's what I'm doing right now.
Wait, so you think the media life is learning? Is that where we're at?
I mean, that's
shit.
my thing.
We got some time. We don't have to wrap it up just yet. Jesus Christ.
I'm just trying to.
I like you brought back.
I let you go on your physics tangent for like 10 minutes.
I know. I was on the forever. And I was trying to get so much out that I kept just stumbling over what I was trying to say. Because I knew I only had a few minutes to do it in.
No, this is good.
But no, imagine, those whole fucking, when we were growing up, those big ass trampolines you put in the backyard with the blue mat on the side, the black, and the okay. Imagine you put a bowling ball sized thing that weighs 10 times as much as a bowling ball. It's gonna sink down, right? And you're gonna have curved space. Well, if you throw another ball, how's that gonna go? It's gonna travel around that curved space, right? Around that middle ball. That's what Einstein's theory was. He's like, listen, there's a field out there, like the trampoline, where it basically mass or objects tell space how to bend, and space tells mass and objects how to move, right? So however space is bent, that's how you're going to go. It still takes the shortest distance, but it goes around things. That's what orbit is. I mean, that's what the whole universe is made of. We're going around the sun because it bends that fabric, and we go around that little hole, and the sun goes around the bit of the massive black hole in the middle of our galaxy.
That's why planetary bodies are slowly getting closer and closer to the center of the
We're going down. Basically, people, we're going down the drain.
Yeah.
And eventually it'll flush and we'll all be... Here's the thing, though, is there's like so many like inflation theories not obvious anymore because of what the James Webb Telescope has found. So like, it used for like 20 years, people thought it was like we're expanding the universe and it's expanding faster than the speed of light. So we'll just eventually have this horizon where there'll be no more stars that will be too far apart. We won't see their light.
The cold, dark death.
We die in the cold death. Yep. And that means even black holes will eventually, radiate out and go away, and they'll dry up, and there'll be nothing. But now, James Webb's like, bitches, there's shit out there like 16 billion years away, and we're like, wait, what? The Big Bang was supposed to be 13.8. So we know the Big Bang happened, but we're seeing shit that shouldn't be there. That's what's going on in the cosmos right now. It's fucking weird. Like, people way smarter than me, Luther, like, that wrote all these equations that do all this data mining to, like, figure out, positions and then the different leagues of light and how fast they're going, all this shit. Like, they got fucked up in the last year with James Webb. Like, there's a big new satellite they put out 1 million miles away from
I love it when people that are that smart are like, what
the
fuck?
They don't even have press conferences because they're like,
we don't know. We don't know.
NASA will, they'll have to have some sort of academic or some sort of society of something or this or that. They might release something. But, like, NASA doesn't come out and say, like, oh, yeah, shit's got fucked up. Weirdly, it's shit that shouldn't exist. And also we found like black holes from the beginning of the universe that shouldn't be there, and like they're just sucking up shit.
That's what we put.
Yeah. So something can happen. Basically, the theory that everything is inflating might not be true, and that's been a hard-held belief for 20 years.
See, and that's my favorite part about science, proving itself wrong.
It doesn't like necessarily prove itself wrong. Right? We just get like the way that I like the way Neil deGrasse Tyson talks about science and how it progresses, right? And that is, you don't find that something is wrong. And Newtonian physics isn't wrong. It's not complete. Exactly. So you find a deeper understanding the next time around.
I'm simplifying it.
Yeah, but you make it sound so bad. Like,
no, I mean it's my favorite. It's cool. Like you learn new things. You change your mind.
But the problem is, then the argument against science is like, well, you're never right either. You just, people dismiss science on that basis. I just don't let someone be dismissive of science. There's my voice. You know what I mean, though?
Yeah.
I'm just saying that, like, I don't know. Look at our fucking culture. Look at the U.S. today. Like, people just dismiss science, and sometimes it's you don't know it either. Like you're wrong all the time too.
We had to have a whole trial about whether or not evolution could be taught in school.
Where we did the Snopes monkey trial.
Yeah, Scopes monkey trial.
Snopes. I said Snopes.
I don't know.
Scopes.
I didn't read it. I just sit there.
I don't know. I don't know. I want to on these podcasts. I really want to like be more chill than I've been. Like, I don't want to be as academic about it. I just want to be like more stoned about it.
I
think that for the next one, whenever we do this serious one, I'm gonna smoke more weed and try to chill the fuck out because I've thought about all these fucking scientific bullshit. Like, this is all I think about all the time, and it really just gets old, right? Because at the end of the day, you're like, I think I have a deeper understanding, but I still don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
You're just kind of thinking in circles.
You just think in circles, and more questions pop up. Like, you answer one question, or you think you have an understanding of a question, and then 4 more questions come up. So you're like, what the fuck?
That's why I'm just like, his head's like, you have now reached.
See, and that's why. That's why I went into anthropology instead of physics. 'Cause it's a lot more.
No, it's the same shit as science, man.
Hey, what's in there? What's in there? That's why I just listen to y'all like.
Hey, man, it's Dave. Dave's not here, man. No, man, it's Dave. Dave's not here, man. I love that shit. No, I'm Dave. I just love those. You know what we're talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool. I know you're right on the cusp of age-wise, right? I don't know Cheech Chong.
Oh, no, I grew up with that. I grew up with the records.
Nice.
The Corsican Brothers. Yes.
I love the song he does. He's like, Mexican Americans. We go to night school. And we get B in Spanish.
One of my little tap and wait games on my phone.
What?
One of my little tap and wait games on my phone is Cheech.
Oh, no shit. What do you do in the Cheech Chong game?
It's just like you tap and wait. Numbers go up and it gives you dopamine. Just like any other fun game.
Oh, getting high. What's the concept on the game, though? I mean, like, I know those games.
You're like selling weed.
Selling weed? Okay, that sounds right. I was trying to make sure that was what the answer was.
Yeah, you starting in your neighborhood, you got a clean neighborhood, everybody lives.
Oh, you played your.
Already.
So there we are at the end of episode 17 of We Can't Agree for listening, for supporting us in any way you can. We'll be back with episode 18 very shortly, I promise. Until then,